Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got samples. We've got samples from Dave Vogelsang, man. Dave is such a generous guy. When I saw the samples, I could not believe my eyes. When I tell you he blessed me with some unicorns, these are just 3. So you don't even know the other samples that I have yet. But I will be doing some sample versus battles, some double oak battles, some age battles, because some of the stuff that he sent me is just incredible, man. So shout out to you, Dave, man. I've got to tip my hat to you. Thank you. I can't thank you. And matter of fact, these are next level samples. I mean, I've never seen samples with shrink wrap on top. When me and my boys give each other samples, it's normally just a sample jar, twist it down, hand it off to you, boom, that's it. I mean, these things have a shrink cap on them. So I am not going to blind these. I am not partial to any of these because I've never had any of them before. Not to mention I just shot Hundo Head Honcho, so the majority of my Glens are dirty. So I don't want to wash them out and do all that extra stuff to get them down here. So I am not going to blind them anyway. Like I said, I've never had them. I am not partial to any of these. I'm just going to pour them up, give them a nosing, give them a tasting, and tell you guys which one I think is the best. Let me get the table set up. I've never had any of these, but from what I can tell, just from the fumes coming out of these glasses, it is Stagg Junior, Stagg all day long. I am getting a ton of grape in my face. I am going to get into 22A first, then we'll get into 22B, and then 23A. So let's get into the nose. Oaky, grapey goodness. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of ethanol, so I can tell that they are proofy. He's got the proof on the jars. I'll probably either put the proof somewhere on the screen or maybe put a picture of it up. But this thing is proofy, but it is grapey. And deep, deep down, there's a very sweet, it's almost like a licorice note. It's like a sweet licorice note, deep, deep down. Since I have 3, I'm gonna nose all 3 first, and then I'm gonna taste all 3. A little bit of oak. There is more of a light, almost graham cracker. Almost like a light graham cracker note, like oak graham cracker. That thing was grapey. it was goodness. This is like just a light, very mild graham cracker. But you know what? I will say this. This bottle is empty. Shout out to Ryan. He helped me get a Weller single barrel. So I did a review on the Weller single barrel, but he had never had any Stagg before. So I gave him the last 2 ounces that were in my bottle of Stagg Junior batch 16, and this is batch 17. Now, batch 16 had the better nose. Batch 17 had a weird nose. When I first got it, it was a very concentrated lemon, almost, and I know it's gonna sound weird, almost like stale pea, like in an alley or something, but it had the better palate. So, you know, that's why, as of right now, this doesn't mean anything to me. Right now, this has a better nose. This one just kind of comes off kind of mild. Let's get into glass number 3. Glass number 3 smells almost in between glass number 1 and glass number 2. I'm getting the grapiness, I'm getting the oakiness, but it's like calmed down. Yeah, and it's like a little bit of a maple syrup note / brown sugar note. And that's pretty much it. So let's go in and taste them. Butterscotch, oak, grape. And so far that's it. But that is good. 22A is good. Butterscotch, oak, and grape. Let's go into glass number 2, 22B. If I didn't know any better, if you had me blind these two, I would tell you that they were the same. I would think someone was trying to pull a trick on me and put the same two, well, the same Stagg in two different glasses, because I'm not picking up anything different. This and this are so similar, it's ridiculous, but I feel like I'm picking up more char on 22B. Like I said, the nose was better on 22A, but the palate is man, the palate is so close, it's ridiculous. These would be, if I did these in a blind, these would be a dead tie. Let's go on to 23A. '23A is actually more on the fruity side. I pick up more of the grapes. I pick up more of that cherry note in 23A. It does offer a lot of sweetness, brown sugar sweetness, but it's not as heavy or prevalent as it is in these two here. I love when you get like that oaky, savory butterscotch. You know, it's like caramel is like that salted caramel. That's what these two are. 23A is very good, but as of right now, I would have to put that one in last place. I'm gonna go back and forth. Well, I'm gonna go backwards and see if it changes. It's got a lot of fruit in it. Dark fruit though. Dates, raisins, grapes, that a little more vanilla on the nose. Some of that brown sugar. Go back to glass number 2, 22B. That citrus note, the one that I was talking about in 17, has started to pop up. But it's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. The nose is not coming off like 17 did when I first cracked it open. It did pop up for a little bit, like that citrus note, but then it just kind of went away. More of the vanilla came to the forefront. It's drying now. 22B has become more drying, and that char has turned really oaky. But the flavors are still there. Butterscotch, still there. Savoriness, still there. Let's go into glass number 1, which is 22A. '22A, actually, 22A, they are so close, but the fact that 22A doesn't cause a lot of drying in the mouth, and it just edges it out, because both of these are very like butterscotch heavy, both caramel heavy, but this one having the better nose and having just a slightly better palate, I am going to have to give it to 22A. So, are these bad pours? No, not by any means. But in last place, we are going to have to say 23A. Unless you are a guy that really likes those fruity notes, grapey notes, cherry notes, which I do. But when it comes to judging things, I tend to lean more towards the butterscotch, caramel, oakier profiles. So this one right here, is it a bad bourbon? No. Like I said, no, it is not. But it is just coming in third place. So 23A is in third place, 22B is in second place, and 22A takes first place, but very, very, very marginally. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, thank you, Dave. I would have never got my hands on these had it not been for you. So with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.